everybody. Welcome to the 2020 PCCHA Holy Cow Futurity, and we're joined here with some of the limited champions, open champions, and reserve champions, Mr. Cain Eaton, Mr. Eric Ferreira, and Mr. David Owen. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Congratulations on a great show. I mean, you guys laid down some big time runs. The limited, maybe start with you, Cain. I mean, you haven't showed very much. You had $300 coming in here. You work for Morgan Cromer. Tell us a little bit about what it was like for you to come show here in the limited division.
Well, it's pretty nerve-wracking, to be right honest with you. You know, and there's the struggles of trying to train on my own and still learn from Morgan, and then, you know, like 2 weeks ago I was like, you know, I'm just fighting the same battles, and I was like, Morgan, would you help me work my horse? And so she's been working him for me before I show him, and you know, little things that she couldn't see. Yep. That she could feel, and it helped me a bunch, you know. So it's just valuable to have that access to the trainers that we work for.
Yeah, and you're a reserve champion in the 3-year-old limited on a horse you own.
Yes, sir.
And you've trained it throughout the course.
Yeah, he was actually supposed to be a cow horse. I started out, bought him at the yearling sale and trained him as a 2-year-old for a cow horse, and then in May. We were looking at the schedules, and it really didn't make sense to take him to the snaffle bit and the pre-futurity, and so I just asked Morgan if I thought he would cut, you know, if she thought he would cut. And she's like, yeah, we'll give it a go, and so we started working him like a cutter from then on, and we're here now. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's it meant for you to have Morgan kind of helping you and assisting you along the way? And like you said, she's working your horse a little bit for you too, getting to watch somebody else work your horse and feel the difference when you get on it.
Yeah, and you know, it was a struggle for me because I didn't want to. For a long time, I wanted to do it all myself, and it just wasn't working the way I thought it needed to, you know. Yeah. And having her help me the last couple weeks working him and being able to tell me what she felt, it made the world of difference coming here, you know. And even the day we showed him, you know, she was working that morning, and we kind of switched off there a little bit. I'd work him one day and she'd work him the other, and it's been awesome.
What did it feel like walking out seeing that score pop up on the board?
Oh, I didn't know what to think.
That's a pretty awesome feeling.
Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah,
real good.
Well, that's awesome. All right, so moving on to Eric. Eric, you come out of the Monty Bunton stables. So you've got a little bit more experience. You've got about 53,000 in earnings. You were third here in the Futurity on Pretty Pleasing Kit, and then the champion in the limited open cutting stakes on Sugary Sweet. Tell us a little bit about your journey getting here and what's it like for you showing in the limited.
Well, you know, it's been great. It really gives us the opportunity to get our feet wet, get down in the herd, and build confidence in us and get us up in lifetime earnings, and it's just been a great deal to have the limiteds and otherwise we most of the time wouldn't come here.
Right. And you're getting to step on some of the horses that Morgan that Monty would normally show?
Well, actually, the two that I have, I'm partners on the Sugary Sweet mare, and then my mother-in-law owns the 3-year-old. Oh, so nice. I've kind of made deals so I can have some show horses, and Monty also lets me catch ride some as well. So it's been good.
Yeah, really good. What's it like for you having Monty there to help you along the way?
You know, it's been great. He just kind of secures things, and then when you're doubting something or you need him to get on something and help you, it's really nice to have somebody there when you have the lack of knowledge in the show pen, because we're so used to just doing 2-year-olds at home and not really knowing how to prepare our horses to show. So it's been good.
Yeah. David, you're even a little further advanced now. You're on your own. You've come out of some programs. Tell us a little bit about the difference, you know, working underneath someone to now being the head trainer in a program for Carol Ward cutting horses.
You know, I think working underneath some people, I've had the opportunity to take a lot of knowledge, whereas being on my own now, I have to reach out for that knowledge, and there's been a lot of great people that have been there to help me, like Morgan, Monty, Brent Erickson, Russ Elrod, and so many to name, and it just takes a little bit more to step out and ask for that help, you know, whereas you don't have somebody that's there every day to help you out and tell you what to do, and So I make a lot of phone calls and I ask a lot of people. I send a lot of videos, and it's just been an interesting journey to say the least.
Well, it's been fun to watch you, and like I kind of saw you a little bit last year, more on the weekend circuit, helping David and Carol and those people. But now seeing you in the age events, I mean, this summer run, starting at Cascades, we've basically seen you nearly double your earnings at every show now because you've been just smoking it in the limited. I mean, here you were the Limited Open Classic champion, reserve champion on Hot Desires, reserve champion in Limited Open Cutting Stakes, and then the champion in the Limited 3-year-old on June's Last Pepto. So having a great show here, just racking up the earnings.
Yeah.
Are you a little bit worried about blowing yourself out of the limited here too quick or what?
I'm going to take it as I could get it, because I know that in this sport it could all go south, in a day, and everybody has their hot times and everybody has their down times, and I'm just extremely grateful for all my help and these good horses I'm riding and the opportunities. I'm going to take it when I can get it. I know that much.
Yeah, and you've had a taste now of some open finals too. You made your first open finals at El Rancho on your home turf a couple of weeks ago. What was that like for you to break into that finals?
It was pretty special. I had set 3 major goals this year. I wanted to win an aged event, I wanted to make an open finals, and I wanted to break $50,000 in lifetime earnings. And at Rancho, I accomplished all those. So it's been very special, to say the least.
That's awesome. Who have been some of your mentors?
I owe a ton to Luke Bakey. I spent 4 years under him. Brent Erickson, I worked for him, worked under Jason Taylor and Darren Simpkins, and they've all helped me a lot. R.L. Chartier's given me a lot of advice, and Morgan and Monty have been amazing to me. They're a lot of people I really look up to.
Well, and I think they respect you too, and for the work you're putting in. I mean, it's pretty easy to see down there. You guys all helping each other, and you're helping a lot of them through their runs too now.
Yeah, and like Tim Smith, he took me under his wing and was so special to me. The things he did for me last year was just unbelievable. I couldn't thank him enough.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So what, going back to you guys, Cain, what are some of your goals now moving forward from this show?
Getting the show pen more, get the experience. It feels like every time I get to show, even my 3-year-old or something Morgan lets me catch right, it seems like I learn something every time, and it helps me at home, it does. Whether it's something I felt in the show pen or something that Morgan told me while we were working a horse that I felt while I had the opportunity to show, it's obviously just accumulating to getting better in there,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Eric, what about you? What's maybe a horse that maybe has taught you a lot, whether it's just at home working or showing? Is there a horse that kind of stands out that's really kind of helped your program?
I'd have to say the Sugary Sweet Mare. That's one of the first horses that I started and trained all the way through that I've had as much success on her. Most of my lifetime earnings are on that mare, and she's taught me a lot about how to prepare horses and stuff, and how not to prepare horses, because I've done it wrong on her as well. So
Right.
she's been a great learning experience for me.
Yeah. Cain, what's your background? How did you end up at Morgan's?
Started out, a cowboy growing up, and then I've always loved horses, and I was really into the cow horse deal, and I knew I had some weak spots in the herd work, and I wanted to get better, and I figured there's no better way to get better at it than work for somebody like Morgan that's as good at it as anybody in the world, and now it was funny, I came into it to learn to be a better cow horse trainer, and now I like the cutting more than I like the cow horse.
Fall in love with the cutting?
Yeah, it's a funny transfer. So I just like how pure the horses are.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of crossover in those two industries now, and more so than ever, and so it's probably, you can still bounce back and forth between those two, I would think.
Yeah, Spud and guys like that are doing it, and Clint Allen, and there's quite a bit more crossover than there has been in the past. So,
yeah. David, what's something different now? Like you've gone through the program where guys were helping you get shown, and now you're responsible for helping David and Carol and other people in your program. What's it been like to go from student to coach?
You know, it has really helped me step up my game as far as, you know, knowing cows and knowing how to prepare those horses for them and myself. And it's just really changed my perspective on what I thought things really should be in that show pen. I've slowed my mind down a lot and tried to be pretty calculated about every situation I put myself or my people in. I think it's really helped me mature in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you very much for coming by here and visiting with us. We've enjoyed watching you guys show here this week, and I'm sure everybody else has too. We're going to be hearing a lot more about all of you, I'm pretty sure. So thanks and congratulations again.
Thank you
very
guys.
much.
Thank you.